Right, that's happened in Sydney overnight, the first day of the New Year Test match. India pretty solid, 303 for 4, and yet again, Cheteshwar Pujara playing an excellent innings. He's sort of sneaked in behind Kohli a bit. Kohli was seen as the main threat, understandably, and Pujara's played out of his skin on that tour. India 2-1 up in the series, needing to tie that, to draw that match to retain the Border Gavaskar Trophy, but win it and win for the first time in Australia. That would be a fine achievement, notwithstanding the absence of Steve Smith and David Warner. And Olivier starts just as we thought he might.
Must look like Sarfraz was underneath that before the ball was released. I've spoken countless times about how low he gets technically, but I think he predicted that one. There he is underneath it. It's always a nice feeling when you're underneath and it sails over your head. Let's get that first one or two out the way, know that you're in a comfortable position to play it.
Sarfraz plays like a lot of wicket keepers, quite low, likes to play square of the wicket. Generally shorter men, not always, but generally, and they like that sort of feisty counter punch. It's very much in their DNA. I think you've got to be a tough nut to be a wicket keeper for a start, and it reflects in much of what they do.
Definitely a certain personality type, nuggety type cricketers, busy. Can't be easy to captain and keep at the same time. Lots to take care of and concentrate on. Want to get a bit of help with the angles. That keeper-bowler relationship so crucial. And Sarfraz carrying the weight of a nation as well. Has affected his game of late, but today he's looked a lot better.
Oh, a ball doesn't quite carry the gully. That's what Olivier has done so well. Bowl that awkward length of short ball, the one that hits high on the breastbone, the chest, the throat, all that area.
Sarfraz, as we see Mohammad Amir shaking off the blow to his hand. Sarfraz is a captain. Average has dropped from 36. He's just a regular player, and the captain only averaging 25. So the pressure getting to him.
He's hurting. It's got that bottom hand of the glove, and even though he's got the extra padding, that forefinger takes a pounding. In the case of a left-hander, it's his left hand. In the case of a right-hander, it's obviously the right hand, the bottom hand on the back, that right forefinger or left forefinger. He won't want to have damaged that, given it's how he grips the ball when he runs in.
Just hanging around for the physio. It's a magical spray.
Spray ever worked? Does it work for you? They came onto the Sydney cricket ground when you smashed your hand up. You just shook your head as if to say, nah, it's a waste of time, this.
No, you have that idea when you know it's something serious. You definitely can't shake it like that if it's broken. Just a little bit of a bruise and sting. It's part of the game. The blows you take to your fingers, hands. You always try as a batter to show as little pain as possible. I never like to give much reward to the bowler for hurting you. Many times you just suck it up.
If it hits you below the belly button, there's not much you can do about showing that pain, is there?
Well, around the belly button had a bit of extra padding. As you see, it's a good short delivery, just jams the finger and the thumb.
Yeah, KP's standing with us here, and he thinks that it's sort of underneath the second layer of padding. As Graham says, though, you wouldn't really shake it about so vigorously if you'd bust it.
I remember once in England, Harmison hitting me under the armpit, running through for a single, and the umpire asking me if I got bad on it. Couldn't breathe for about a minute. The umpire got very angry with me that I wasn't responding. Just couldn't get the word out. It was winded. The joys of batting against wonderful fast bowlers around the world. The challenge.
Oh, that's nasty, and it's probably out. What's it hit, I wonder? Oh no, they don't. No, not given out. They're going to refer it, the South Africans. There was no response from Mohamed Amir. He seemed. He didn't even look sort of disappointed, did he?
No, he didn't. He was quite confident. I think especially what happened the ball before, you'd expect him to walk, really, being taken a blow. And here we go. That's a legal delivery. I just got a sense that it is arm guard. This will give us a better look. And that's pretty conclusive. On the arm guard, it's got a lot of protection. It's got the chest guard, the arm guard.
Yeah, it's almost got the top of the glove, the sort of wrist strap of the glove, the base of the arm guard. You can get really unlucky in that area. In terms of injury, I meant, not in terms of getting out. Get under that arm guard and it clips the bone. Anyway, it's not out. Well, well done, Bruce Oxenford. He got it dead right. .118 for 6. Ryan, just a reminder of what's happened in that series over in Australia. India winning the first test in Adelaide by 31 runs. That wasn't a day-night game. They didn't want to play day-night cricket, which was a pity. Anyway, they won the match, so they were justified. Australia then came back strongly, winning in Perth. And India won in Melbourne on a pitch that was marked no better than average. They marked down the pitch in Perth at the new stadium there, which was a shame because it was an interesting game to watch. And then the fourth test is at the Sydney Cricket Ground, always a fabulous occasion, New Year test, and the third day, of course, dedicated to Jane McGrath, the foundation that's raised so much money for research into breast care, breast cancer. Glenn McGrath plays a huge role in that. Broadcasters and fans get involved. Everybody dresses in pink, and it has a real ring to it, that Sydney test. This isn't so dusty either, by the way.
Safras is good for his 30. An unforgettable test match with the bat up at Centurion. I think a lot rests on him. Always tough when you lose two of your stalwarts in Misbah Haq and Yunus Khan. Very much a team in development again, Pakistan, in terms of batting. No doubt a tour of South Africa will do a lot to build their confidence and establish what they're trying to do.
Well, the burden of captaincy weighs heavy on Sarfaraz. The figures tell as much. Add in the fact that he's a wicket-keeper, and that mental and physical strain through a test match is very demanding. And he's playing very well here, though. Looks nice and organised. His movements are simple. These guys to stay with him. .118 for 6. Good fielding, Temba Bavuma, good reactions, low centre of gravity, and pounces. Pakistan's list of batsmen has such a variety to it. Yunus Khan, who just made himself by sheer commitment to the task, exceptional, more than 10,000 runs at 52. Javed Miandad was really not much short of a genius. Had great hands, great mental awareness. Inzamam had it all: technique, courage. Although Inzamam was quite heavy on his feet, he had an extraordinary eye and reacted. Mohammad Yusuf is often underrated, very organised player. Azhar Ali right up there. Misbah came with the sort of second coming as captain. Zahir, one of the most beautiful players to watch you'd ever imagine. Glorious timer of the ball, particularly square on the offside, off front and back foot. Wonderful players. The great name that isn't there, because he didn't play enough matches, is Hanif. Over the top you go. Nothing wrong with that. Although it comes off the edge, the idea is deliberate.
I think that's just down to a little bit of skill from Sarfaraz. You see, just goes hard. Just trying to lift it over the slips intentionally. Maybe a little bit edgier than he would have liked, but the result is exactly what he wanted. Field change now. To the man back at a fly slip. You see that fly slip. I know Safras likes to go hard at the balls that bounce outside off. Olafia, that seems to be his mode of attack today. A lot of short pitch deliveries. It's not a run-saving position, that's a catching position.
It's not a mile off the old long stop you used to have at school if the wicky was no good. It's 124 for 6.
World famous Table Mountain here in Cape Town. And there's been some world famous performances from the South African bowlers up front. Del Steyn was the one who got it started. Vernon Philander didn't take long to get in on the act. Back into this South African side after missing the last test match through injury. Dwan Olafia, just 4 deliveries into his spell today. Continued where he left off at Supersport Park. The last man to join the party was Kagiso Rabada. Olafia got his second, using that short pitch bowling to good effect once again. And then the last wicket to fall, very important one for South Africa. A little bit of a partnership had developed, and so often it's been Kagiso Rabada who breaks through, and he did again. Pakistan have recovered slightly to 124 for 6, mainly through the contributions of Masood and the captain Safras. He starts with a bit of a flash straight away after the Drinks break, bit of a loosener from Vernon, just 125 kilometers per hour, and away she goes.
I'm liking this from Captain Sarfraz. His position has been under threat. He lost the last series against New Zealand, and started off badly in this test series as well, but he's after a goodish start here with the bat, 39, and looking good. Yeah, basically a nothing delivery. Put away.
It's been good considering he came off a pair in the match in Supersport Park. Second innings, he wouldn't have been proud about the way he got himself out as well. And he needs to bat superbly with the tail. So often the number 6, 7 and 8 end up stranded with the tail at the other end. And it's a real art to be able to bat with those tail enders, put on some big partnerships and frustrate the opposition.
Yeah, basically you've got to be switched on at both ends. So you've got to worry about the progress of your partner, and you've got to worry about your progress as well. So you're batting from both ends in a way. So that's extra pressure. And then you've got to time the deliveries as well. At what ball number should he rotate the strike? Go for that broke shot maybe.
Yeah, absolutely right. But I wouldn't say that Amir is a tail ender. I don't think he'd rank himself as a tail ender. You don't want to be 6 down and think you've got to bat with a tail. In this day and age, number 10s and 11s are batting. McGrath sort of changed the way that was. McGrath, Gillespie, oh, goodness me. Sean Pollock knows a lot about hitting the rope. Natural variation, getting the ball to move. Wafiland is so good. This just hits the rope. Oh, look there, just a wobble seam and off she goes. As a batsman, you've got to just go, it's too good for me. There's no way in this world I was hitting it. Sarfraz is playing nicely and on to the next delivery. Yeah, I don't think Amir's a tail ender. And getting down to Abbas and Shaheen, I think those are definitely tail enders. Yasir, he's a nuggety kind of player. Use of the feet, and does well to get it into a fuller length than maybe Verlin Philander would have wanted. Second boundary of the over. This is quality from Sarfraz.
I'm sure KP will recommend this. Walking down the crease and hitting the ball against the line away towards mid-wicket. What a shot this is. Cleverly played.
Yeah, it is. He's just knocking him off his length. He knows that Philander's just settled into a length. The first ball was a loosener, just settled into a length. So he's actually gone to the pitch of the delivery, similar to playing spin. He's only bowling 125 kilometers per hour. You know he's not going to bowl a bouncer. And if he does bowl a bouncer, it has to be extremely short. So it's not a bad thing to put pressure on the bowler. Walk at him. Knock him into the onside. Rotate the strike. Very short. If he goes short, it has to be very short. Good over. 1-3-2 for 6. Just the one change for Pakistan in the test match today. Abbas was in place of Hassan Ali. But he's there more for the contribution he'll make with ball in hand. He's had a brilliant start to his international test career. And he'll be looking forward to bowling on this surface later when he gets his opportunity.
Some would say it's unfair for medium pacers to be bowling on dead pitches back in UAE. Some would say that it's good learning curve for a young fast bowler. Oh, that's hit him hard. Gloved it away from the man at short leg.
Almost like it's a little bit of a blind spot for Amir. It's the second time he's had the ball make contact with his gloves. There was a review after it hit the arm guard and hit his fingers.
He's got to keep his bowling hand away from being hit. Yeah, nasty delivery. If you're looking to play it down, then you're caught in a very awkward position.
You can just see the mark on the side of his helmet when he turns back to the right direction. It's just not nice as a batsman. So if you're half a batsman, or you're an all-rounder, or you're batting at the bottom of the order, it just can't be nice. Attacking your throat, you know you can't really properly defend against this kind of bowling. It's a brilliant delivery. I mean, it's not extremely short. It's reared off the length because he's such a tall bowler and he's a strong bowler and he hits your bat hard. It just can't be fun. Just cannot be fun. And there's the mark to show us all where it was. And if you're going to go hard. There's no deep square leg. There's 3 slips, 2 gullies. Rabada's at extra cover. There's a short leg. Duan Olafia hardly ever hits the stumps. So if I was him, I'd batten down the hatches, I'd put my right leg out towards mid-wicket and I'd be having a full whack.
A very natural reaction after being hit on the glove. I don't blame him.
It's a game they play in America. It's called baseball. Rambo, I'm afraid to say the nudges and nurdlies back on strike here. You just got to stand and deliver. A little defensive punch and push. Nah. Just swing, Polly. How many times you guys get hit on the head in your international careers? You can remember? I was 3. Devon Malcolm, Waka Yunus and Freddie Flintoff. 2 of them were glancing blows, thank goodness. The other one from Waka was a proper one. Gave me a bit of a dizzy spell. That's the thing. That's why it's not fun. It's just not nice at all. Dangerous bowling after 39 overs, 136 for 6.
Good that he can now laugh it off. But it's been a torrid period for Mohammad Amir. He's got to survive somehow. Just delay the inevitable.
He's been smashed on the fingers, smashed on the arm guard, smashed on the helmet. And he's still there, 6 or 15. It's only been 15 deliveries. It's quite nice to face Philander with the old ball, and it's not nice when you see him to get the little leg cutter that he got going in the previous over. De Kock's now standing up, so that sort of takes away Sarfraz's foot movement. Also means Philander's got to bowl a little bit fuller, really attack those stumps. The keepers don't like it if a bowler decides, and that's a lovely guided shot down.
He plays that shot really well. Does it all the time in UAE conditions, and it's turning out to be a very fine innings this. A captain's knock, if you want to call it that. Played it late, away from that fielder.
He's just messing Vernon Philander around a little bit, isn't he? I mean, that first delivery after the drinks break pulled away, then he ran at him. Now he's got him with the keeper up to the stumps, slight bit of width, just rocks back and guides it down to third man. So Vernon's not just concentrating on line and length and see if I can find that outside edge. He's actually having to think about possibly trying different things, and it's also causing plenty of changes in the field. And that brings about 4 bars. Yeah, and I think that this is battle 1 here for Sarfraz against Philander. I think the keeper coming up, the game changes. I think it's easier for Sarfraz to score. I think the bowler has to change his lengths. He's got to bowl a little bit fuller. Keeper's up, so deliveries like that De Kock would normally take and go through for 4. I think it's a nice little bit of momentum switch in the game here from Sarfraz. You need that in wickets like this. Your team's in a little bit of strife. Sometimes you just got to fight fire with fire, and I think he's winning this battle. That's another example. It was one earlier on the day, a foolish length delivery, and that's gone through almost shoulder height. Outside edge, might come back for 2. He's trying to push, considers it, and then turns it down.
Yeah, you see the advantage of being just a little bit proactive, because there were only 2 slips to beat, which he did in the end. So that's good batting on 49. It is difficult for the slips also to where to stand when the keeper is standing up, because you've got to adjust accordingly. So that way it's worked for Sarfraz.
Absolutely right. Where does first slip stand, Ramiz? Does he stand a little bit closer to the keeper, because the keeper could potentially miss a couple, might go finer, which is definitely the keeper catch? So does the first slip guard where the keeper stands, or does he continually stand where he's going to stand? Yeah, I think the little momentum changer. Up in the air, Rabada. Just in front of Rabada. So the intent is there from Amir. Why not? He's facing thunderbolts from the other end. He's got 125 kilometers to deal with here. He's going to score him.
I know who I'd be going after. That was half my career. You had Anil Donald down the other end bowling at 145 and me operating close to 130. I know who they wanted to go after. I just saw would have to land it. He thought it got better contact on it, did KG?
It's not exactly true. Well, you had a bounce that nobody wanted to face.
Oh, nicely played. Punches it off the back foot. Productive over this one for Pakistan. 1 delivery to go, and it's already been 10 runs from it.
Yeah, these partnerships tend to be extremely watchable. When you're playing with the tail, you know that you'll see different zones being targeted by the batsman. His strike rate is splendid. 74.2. Just a single away from getting a 50, and that'll give him a lot of comfort and assurance. You want your captain to be in good touch. It just sits well with the entire unit.
Guards it down to third man and brings up his 50. Sarfraz, his 17th career 50. But this is his first against South Africa, and under the pressure, massively important knock by the captain.
Yeah, I like it immensely, because as you rightly put it, he was under a lot of pressure, stress to hold his position, whether he should captain Pakistan in test matches or not. So that'll just settle a little bit. Not a lot, but he's off to a good start here in this test.
Been good. 8 fours. He's been able to counter punch just a touch as of late. Start to put the South African bowlers under a little bit of pressure, which they haven't really felt most of this test series.
It's good resilience. He came to the wicket. We're all talking about his technique. I was on air and we're talking about his head position. Then the counter argument would be technique's not everything. You find your way to play. He certainly found his way to play. A lot of test cricket, a lot of professional sport is about your temperament and your headspace, and where you can get to and what's between your ears. Today he's shown that tenacity, he's shown that bravado to get in line. He's also shown the courage to play a couple of pull shots, a cut shot to get off the mark. That's good from the Pakistan captain. He's still finding his way, he's still crouching. It's a lovely shot.
Yeah, he's a very good timer of the ball, and he's found his own way of dealing with the situation. That's what smart batsmen, smart cricketers tend to do. Know your parameters, know your limitations, and try to operate within those limitations. You can't change your technique overnight. It is almost impossible at this level to change from zero and redo, rejig everything.
So you guys have had some time to think. Can you remember, was there any contact to the helmet when you were playing careers internationally?
Distinctly remember Gladstone Small World Cup 87. Rawalpindi. Straight on the badge. And then Graham Dilley in Karachi. Hit me on the jaw. I used to wear a side visor, not the full grill.
Because the bowlers weren't as fast in your day, Ramesh? Is that why? I'm having a little online discussion with a friend of mine on Twitter at the moment. And The bowlers are a bit quicker in our day. Shoaib Akhtar, Brett Lee, Fidel Edwards in the Caribbean.
Malcolm Marshall.
Not as quick as Marshall.
Patterson.
Quicker than Patterson.
Patrick Patterson.
Quicker than Tomo.
Get into trouble if you start comparing these.
But I tell you what, there was, I almost needed an ambulance at Lord's. Steyn got right feisty, and I was planted on that front foot, and the next thing I knew is I just saw the ball was just being collected by Steyn. It was a caught and bowled off the helmet. It's not fun. It's not fun. When you get to that position and you just crouch and you just think, oh no, it's not fun.
These are some of Amir's balls that have made contact with finger, arm guard, helmet.
Yeah, he was deceived like that in the last test also. A half attempted drive or a cut shot, bat coming down at an angle. He's got to guard against that technique.
I suppose that's the challenge. When you've got a different technique, there's always going to be something that it creates an extra flaw. And one of them for Sarfraz is once he gets so low, he doesn't get another stride back in, and he can find himself just pushing outside the off stump needlessly. Can drag a ball onto the stumps. And that could be adjudged as a wide. Brings up the 150 for Pakistan.
It's a thunderbolt. And you just got to take it out of your system. If you can do that, you do well. Not easy. Just get on to the next one. 150 is raised, so another 50.
Your 200 is looking
good.
good
200
now.
is looking not bad.
Beautifully played, slightly over pitched and just caressed down the ground. It's probably the best one we've seen from Sarfraz today.
Yeah, it's 154 for the loss of 6. It's such a good shot because early on was a very, very stiff bouncer, which he dealt with quite nicely, and the next one was pitched up just to test him out. And he was on top of his game. Have a look at this 50 package. Lovely shot square through the offside. Very fluent in that area of point and square leg. Proactive, finding the gaps, targeting different zones, and played a very, very good innings. Strong innings.
Yeah, he's just found his way, hasn't he? That's what he's done here today, and he's been brilliant. Shimmy down the wicket and nudge through the onside. The keeper then came up. And the last boundary, I think, is one of the shots of the day. It's just a fantastic shot. Look how still he is there. Still gets down, he still finds his way. Punch. Energy through the ball.
His wagon wheel. Last one straight down the ground was the beautiful on drive, but he's mixed it up. Anything short, he's dragged away to the leg side. Anything with width, he's run it down to third man. And that wonderful cover drive.
Somebody sent me his wagon wheel on WhatsApp
for the whole test match.
For that last game, it was just a one green line from middle going to the pavilion.
Well, he showed he's played a beautiful straight drive, and HS is the sticker name on the bat that came up, and he has got the highest score in this innings. So he's answered that. Blob 56 not out. That's the way to answer a pair.
How many pairs you get, Polly? Ramesh?
I missed it by one. I got a 0 and a 1.
I didn't get any. I don't think so. What about you?
No. I didn't get any either. I thought I could have a little bit of a bragging moment here, but I failed. And we had Smith next to me earlier. He also didn't get one. Might go around the roofs.
We created a bit of a record in the last game.
Yeah,
both captains getting. Both captains getting not in each innings. Pommy?
Marky holding. Makaya, can we get somebody in here? Oh, that's up. Is it out? Would have been brilliant from Steyn. Accumulation of another couple of runs to Pakistan, and these are much needed. Ramiz Raj is talking 200. Still seems a long way away, but the captain there, you got a chance, Ramiz.
Bit of a teaser there for Dale Steyn. Back of a length, trying to force it away, giving himself a little bit of room. Steyn launches himself up, tries to get that right hand to it. Can't do so.
South Africans have been red hot in the field. The slip catching has been outstanding, flawless. Almost a stunner.
Swing and a miss. And it didn't miss the stumps by much.
I'm sure Sarfraz will have a quiet word with him. I don't know what he'll suggest, but he's trying to survive as best as he can. He's trying to calm his nerves. I think that is what is required at this stage. You've had your go at 2. You've had your fix. Now relax.
There might be a counter argument when he tries to give him some advice. He says, well, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking the man to take down's Vernon. Dwan Olafier's coming in at about 145. I reckon I can get bat on ball here. And it is a bit of a way-ho. Vardas a little bit deeper at mid-on. And he does take some advice, but doesn't go through for the single. 2 runs from that over, 156 for 6.
Falenda appears to be getting just a little bit frustrated with what is transpiring. He's coming close to picking up a wicket, but not to be.
Didn't miss by much. Extra sticker, and he could have been on his way. Hawke's done a measurement, and he says 4 millimeters.
Oh, that was extremely close, to say the least. How did it not hit the stumps? Incredible.
I'll tell you what's different here. In Australia, that would be all over the big screen. Here, they're not showing it. It's on our monitors, but it would be all over the big screen. Quite funny, actually. Sponsor's logo up, but not how close it was to Amir's off stump, and Pakistan losing their 7th wicket. But I like it. If it's up, it's off. I like Sean Pollock's theory. Philander's the man to go. He is the man to go. But in a situation like this, South Africa didn't play a spinner. Is this the kind of time when you could change a little bit of momentum in the game and you could bowl your left arm spinner? Maharaj could come into the game here.
Yeah, and moving forward in this test match as well. I mean, you've got to look at 3rd day's play, maybe 4th day's play, 3rd innings, 4th innings, that kind of scenario obviously did not come up for discussion maybe. South Africa very keen and hopeful and confident that they'll blow away Pakistan with 4-man pace attack. Just to change things up, I think it is always a good safety valve to have a spinner in.
As far as test histories go, I agree with you, but it's very few and far between, or the innings where you see people having to be out in the field for 120 overs or 140 overs. It doesn't happen all that often anymore. It's like making Vernon and Dale and then come back for fourth, fifth spells. That's when you can really cash in, put them under pressure. Backs away at that last minute. Does well to hold on to it, does Dwan Olafia.
So therefore it was imperative for Pakistan not to get out against the new ball in that first session. Somehow needed a better, bigger fight so that they could make use of the second and the third spells of the Pacers.
Yeah, absolutely right. It was difficult. The start, lost the toss, they got inserted, and yes, I know Sarfaraz said that he was going to bat first, but a wonderful bowling attack. It's a fast bowling attack. It's an aggressive bowling attack. This is the time. This is the opportunity now. Sarfaraz and Amir need to just say to themselves and just build that partnership, really get South Africa into the 50th, 60th over. See if Dean Elgar maybe has a pop a little bit later. And just got to build a partnership. 18th over here. Only lost one wicket. And the run rate's good. Just seize the opportunities occasionally. This is one for Pakistan.
I do suggest if Dean Elgar comes on to have a pop, they might have a pop at him. Especially in the current situation. And that's beautifully timed, but doesn't get it through the infield. End of the 43rd over. 156 for 6. That's the place to be, under the shade at this late stage of the day. It's been quite warm out there. Been pleasant conditions for the spectators that have come to watch. Time for a change of voice. Makai Ntini, Michael Holding, and Michael Hazeman.
Sean Pollack, thanks very much. Nice work this. Stand of 42, Sarfaraz. Got himself a half century. This is such an important knock for him. He was under so much pressure. A lot of the journalists, a lot of the Pakistan journalists were saying that maybe he shouldn't be doing the role as captain anymore and need to find someone else. There's not another natural leader really in the group. Mohammad Amir.
Yes, boys.
Has got to make sure that he just stays with Sarfaraz now. Because Sarfaraz has got really stuck in here after missing out big time in the first test at Supersport Park. How bizarre that was, Mikey. A couple of captains getting pairs.
Yeah, don't see that very often. Double pairs for anyone, really. They always manage to sneak a run somewhere the second time around. But for both captains to do it, well, could have gotten any odds on that, Hazy.
Never happened before. Fuff, actually, at the press conference, he wanted clarification on the fact that it had never happened before, and he was brought a smile to his face, and he said he loves making records. As long as he's in the record books, he's happy, he said. Not sure he really meant that, but anyway. Oh, that's a nice bouncer. Bang on target again.
But Hazy, I always tell you, wherever there's a dark cloud, you've got to look for the silver lining. And that was Faf's silver lining. It's a part of a record. How straight was this? Very straight. That's good bowling. Make sure the batsman has to do something. Either get out of the way or play it well. Don't want him to be just watching the ball flying past outside off stump or down the leg side.
They're trying to rattle him, that's for sure. Nicely played.
It's been fun. You know that you get one past your ears and then the fuller one is watching it as well. Defend it nicely. Now I can see that even the South African bowlers now, they get frustrated that much. You see where the ball passes the wicket. As you can see, the short ball, that's where they get the wickets, runs.
That's what they were waiting for. A couple of those short deliveries and throw someone up there that he can recognise and have a slash at. Slips Corden were eager.
What I enjoy as well the most, because they even lack the aggressiveness as well. They always give you the short one and put that fuller one.
Just the thigh pad, I think. No real danger. That's short leg for Markram. End of that over. 156 for 6. Forecast high today was about 29 degrees Celsius. The forecast is really good for the next 4 days as well. That one just sliding down the leg side. I think this is the warmest day. But it's just going to drop by a couple of degrees, which will make you frown, Mikey.
No, I can live with that. 24, 25, that's fine. Once it's the C beside it and not the F.
There's an edge and a catch. Another one gone. Olivier. Gee, he's got 3 now. Blessed it at Supersport Park, and now he's got himself another 3. 3 for 37. And it's the end of the Pakistan captain.
Well, this is what I was talking about before the game started this morning. Injudicious stroke play, unnecessary stroke play, giving their wickets away. What's the danger in this delivery? All you've got to do, rock back, allow the ball to go through the wicketkeeper and wait on the next one. There's no danger there for Sarfraz. Why does he have to be playing a shot like that? His team is a bit of bother. It's 156 for 6, and he gives his wicket away after getting a half century. It's test match cricket. You're allocated 5 days. It's not a one-day game where you have to be scoring off every delivery. It's 156 for 7.
Yeah, the worst thing there, Mr. Mike, it's one of those things that you will never understand as well as a leader. You get your team out of water. You get in a dry land. You play a shot like that, where you score 100, you on 56. You sing the ball more than anyone else. You've got someone on the other end who's trying so much as well to be with you.
Yeah, Amir has fought and fought and fought. Amir has been there for an hour now fighting with him, and then he gives his wicket away.
No spinner for South Africa. Yashir Shah for Pakistan, and of course he's a champion leg spinner, but he's got to do some batting now. Real opportunity for Olivier to get another couple of wickets here. Has to do some backing up on that occasion, but there is not too much left in the batting department.
How nice that would be if he can get another 5. That's the wicket. Look at that. No need at all. There was no need even to go for it. You just let it go. Let it pass you. It's only for the third one.
Big swing and a miss. That's what their plan is going to be, I guess. Probably going to take the view that sooner or later they're going to nick one. Not sure that is the work. They should be trying to grind it out a bit here. There's the batting coach, Grant Flower, who'll be frustrated. I haven't seen an improvement again today for Pakistan, apart from the captain. That's the only one.
Until he played that ridiculous stroke. And that's why you see Mohamed Amir now playing shots like this. He figures, what's the point? He stood there for an hour, fought off all the fast bowlers, all the short balls that we have seen bowl at him, trying to exist, just trying to hang around with his captain, and then his captain gives it away.
Even they were getting frustrated as well because they can't get him out. Now he's the one that has been there for quite some time. Now he has to take over the role. That's why you're seeing him playing those kind of shots as well.
Again, no connection again. Successful over for Olivier. 45 gone, 157 for 7. Mohammad Abbas and Shaheen Afridi, the next two to come after Amir and Yashir Shah. Terrific crowd. Really good to see the crowd in again today at Newlands. They really support Test match cricket so well here. Oh, that's high in the air. Not sure that Faf is going to get there. No. Gets it back for Quinton de Kock. Bit of a rope burn, I would imagine. It's going to be 4. Four runs have been given, by the way. Oh, it's nicely played and beautifully bowled by Steyn.
I suspect he won't be getting too many balls well pitched up with what he has shown everyone that he wants to do. Anything that's pitched up, he'll be looking to have a go at it.
It's a bit of clever captaincy from Faf du Plessis. Dean Elgar has been positioned to a very fine third man. Probably about 10 yards off the boundary line, just in front of the commentary box. So there's 2 slips, in fact there's 3 slips, and also there is right back there. Fly slip. Very fine.
There's nothing more, nothing less you're gonna see, from Yasir. He's not gonna really worry about him getting up. He's gonna wait until he get one that is full, and he will launch it.
Four quick bowlers, no spin. I did a little bit of research actually and just had a look at how many overs Maharaj has bowled at this ground of the last couple of test matches, that being against India and also Australia. Total of 34 overs, that's all he's bowled. The seamers have done most of the job, and no doubt the South Africans would have had a good look at that and thought that maybe they can play the 4 quicks. And that was their decision. He's on the sidelines, Maharaj. And a fine ball to end that over. 161 for 7.
I think there is no doubt that Keshav Maharaj is a very good bowler. But when you have 4 fast bowlers of the quality that South Africa have, you have got to then use Maharaj on the circumstances that will suit him. I don't think this pitch, you could say a spin bowler will be looking at this pitch and thinking, yes, I would love to be bowling on this. I think on a pitch like this, Keshav Maharaj will be used primarily to give the other guys some rest. Get the occasional wicket, yes, but to be very tight from one end. I don't think fast bowlers need that sort of service on this pitch. They should be able to get their 10 wickets per innings on this surface.
And that certainly looks like the case. He wouldn't have been used up until now, and with 3 wickets left only, he wouldn't have been introduced. These guys will certainly look to do the job.
And even in that case, they've seen the wicket the day before. Even they go and have a meeting with the selectors and all. So they had a very good look at it, saying that there's no spinners that will be needed.
If you have a Shane Warne, you play him under any circumstances. Not that to say that Keshav Maharaj is not a very good bowler, but he's certainly not in the class of a Shane Warne or a Muthaiya Muralidharan. All those guys, you play them under any circumstances.
With no doubt of that, because of their ability of being able to take wickets anyway. So for them, their place in the team is guaranteed.
Lord Henderson, by the way, to the left. Dale Benkenstein to the right, the batting coach. There's an edge and another catch taken. Easily taken that time. Steered it straight to the slips. So again it's Olivier. He's now got himself 4ther.
Have the slips in place, have your fly slip, and keep that ball just about off stump. That's exactly what Olivier has done, and he has taken another. Reasonably well pitched up, not far enough up for him to be thinking about a drive, just fending at it. Captain takes a catch that looks fairly simple. It's never simple in a slip cordon, but he makes it look comfortable at any rate. 8 down, 162 on the board.
Good thing about him he hasn't backed down at all. He keep on running hard, hitting the wicket in good areas. Even his bouncer is not wasting it. He's going straight to the head of the batsman. He really is having a good time. 4 for now. He's got 15 wickets. Just in the 1.5.
Take them when you can. The days will come when you can hardly find the ball going past the outside edge. Mohammed Abbas missed out on the first test match. His job will be more to be taking wickets than getting runs, but he'll try to get a few here.
Mohammed Abbas at number 10. Welcome by a short one first up from Oliver. Bit of a nervous smile, I think, for Mohammed Abbas, who's back in the firing line after missing the first test due to shoulder injury. "15 wickets now for the series for 135 for Duane Olivier. Magnificent numbers. And there's still 2 more available.
Very good line that, especially to the lower order batsmen. They are not going to be looking to be getting behind the line of the ball, so their bodies will be beside the ball, so it's a lot easier if there's bounce for the ball to go down into the slip cordon. It doesn't even have to be a genuine edge. Just the outer 1/3 of the bat will still carry it into the slip cordon with the pace and bounce.
Good line again, a little bit quicker that time, I think. Well left by Abbas. Successful again for Olivier. 162 for 8 now.
Beautiful bowling. You can't take that one from him at all. You need to just praise him. He's doing very well for South Africa. And he's putting his hand up all the time. Get given a ball, really show you that he wants to take wickets.
It's a sorry card, that's for sure. 47 overs gone. 8 wickets down. Shaheen Afridi, number 11, the last man to come in. Steyn charging in. In the air and dropped. Temba Bavuma just in front of square. Disappointed with that. Bavuma is normally very safe.
A shorter ball now from these two, you would think, especially Amir. Just out of reach. Not the tallest, had to make a lot of room to his left.
That would have been a magnificent catch had it been taken. Abbas on strike now. That is beautifully bowled by Steyn. Just a little shape away to the tail ender.
I hate doing commentary with these batsmen enough, Makaya. They don't recognize that we are low order batsmen, not tail enders.
Indeed, Mr. Markey. They need to, turn to us at times and say, "What do you think?" So we can hold the bat.
Exactly. And the thing is, when they are batting and they are in the 80s and we come out to join them, they are begging us, hang on.
Nicely played by the lower order batsman.
Thank you.
They want us to do the bigger job, holding the bat. I said, if he bowls to you, just stay in. Don't try to hit it.
And they tell us that afterwards we are tail enders. Give us a little bit of credit, please. slip cordon packed. 5 fielders in that slip cordon.
Under that one nice and early. It's a surface I think that he's going to enjoy bowling on, Mohamed Abbas. He's not enjoying batting at the moment with all these guys in the slips identified there by the rotating circles. What are they, Mikey? Casino chips. That's well played again, right behind it. Good to see.
If they are the valuable ones with those bright colours. That's what they have to do. They have still got to try and get as many runs as possible on the board. Try and frustrate the South African bowlers. This is just over number 48. Keep the opposition in the field. Get those legs tired so that at least in the second innings they would have done some work in the first. And you can try and capitalise in the second innings.
There's a neck. And he walked. So off he goes. That's good work from Dale Steyn. You got the feeling that was just a matter of time, the way that he was bowling at the body of the batsman and then just changing his line a little bit. Really good stuff from Steyn.
That's how we know him. Cleaning up the tail. Steyn doesn't want to stay long when the tail is batting. He's a bowler as well. He's a tail. Look at that. There's no way, big guy. Put the bat under your wing and keep walking.
163 for 9.
It's a wrap-up time now for South Africa. Need to get this last wicket as quickly as possible before Mohamed Amir can get back to ball, because that's what he'll be looking to do now. He'll be looking to hit as much as he possibly can, and one would think this conversation would be just hang on, give me a few more balls to strike.
Shaheen Afridi is at the non-striker's end. Olivier again now. Nicely played.
He need one to get a fifer. Dale Steyn. Wicket to wicket. Taking it away. Did he miss this time?
It's a lovely little noise, just a little tickle. If you happen to be a South African player, South African supporter, not if you happen to be watching this from Pakistan. There's a clear nick. 9 down, 1 to get. Oh, that's a good shot. That's clubbed. That's well played by Mohamed Amir.
That's what he'll be looking to do now. Get a couple of 4s in the over. Hopefully get to the other end for the next over. Doesn't want Shaheen Afridi to be facing too many deliveries. Has to be careful though. Has to pick the right delivery to try and attack.
Just to remind you, of course, that we would normally be taking tea at the end of this over, but 9 down, we do extend until the next wicket falls. I also just want to apologise. Earlier in a stint before lunch, I made the comment that I was surprised about Pakistan batting first, and I obviously made the comment at some stage that they won the toss. Of course, it was South Africa who won the toss and asked Pakistan to bat. I was surprised that Pakistan said even if they'd won the toss, they wanted to bat. And they've got themselves in a real pickle now. That's gone high. De Kock is calling for it and doesn't get there. Had to spin around at the last minute. I think it was a matter of Hashim Amla perhaps being in the better position there, but De Kock was clearly calling for it.
Well, he's the man with the gloves, so the man with the gloves is usually given the opportunity to take the catch. If he says it's mine, everyone else then backs away. Perhaps it swerved. Here you see Hashim Amla getting out of the way. Once the man with the gloves says mine, you get out of the way. If he falls away and drops it, so be it. But the man with the gloves is given preference.
Could have been Pfeiffer. Oh, that's quick. And that's beautifully directed.
That's an anger delivery. Should have got it.
Just one more ball to survive, Shine Afridi. Kept his eyes on it.
Hard into the ground to finish that over. 49 gone, 168 for 9. So there's confirmation of what I was talking about. This session's extended by 30 minutes or until the end of the innings. Magnificent stuff from Dewan Olafia. Rabada 8. Stain has now got 5. Afridi and Amir. But brilliant from Dewan Olafia. 15 wickets so far in the series. Vernon Philander, by the way, is the only South African bowler who has, since 1992, has taken 3 consecutive fifers. And that's what Dewan Olafia is striving to do. Wrap this last one up. If he gets another over to join Vernon.
It would be nice to see him getting another 5. 1.5. 15 wickets in his hands. Look at those stats there. Centurion 6 for 37 and 5 for 59.
Why, Mikey? Why has he been so successful, Dewan Olafia, in this series so far?
Well, the pitch suited him very, very much at Centurion. The pitch at Centurion was the sort of pitch that you bang the ball in just short of a length and you would get a bit of help from the surface because some balls weren't bouncing as high as others. It was a little bit too paced. He has bowled a lot better here, I think, although he has only taken 4 so far, but I think he has bowled a lot better here than he bowled at Centurion because this pitch so far has been consistent.
Call is for 2. I think 1 will be enough.
I think the reason as well, to add on what you say, Mr. Mike, is he has never let that aggressive go away because of the wicket and the lack of of that bounce, and he continued exactly where he left off. And then I think from the Pakistan batsman point of view, everything that he goes to them into their head is reminding them of how he bowled well the game before.
Quick single.
Well, I think he has deserved 3 of those 4 wickets that he has taken so far, Olive here. I think you'd have to say that Sarfaraz gave his wicket away. But perhaps you could say that it's the pressure that he built as well that created that shot. You can always have different arguments, not that I'll believe that one. But he has bowled well.
Down the ground, not quite out of the middle, chases on for Rabada. End result is going to be a couple, so that's good tracking from Rabada.
South Africa don't want this pair to frustrate them now. But that happens with lower order batsmen a lot of times. They'll play and miss, and then they swing and they get enough bat on the ball to get runs.
There certainly was a noise. They've gone up with this one, the South Africans. I think it might have been thigh pad. Thuft overseas is not too sure, but has decided to send it upstairs for S. Ravi to have a look at.
Dale seemed convinced that there was some bat involved. If there was any bat involved, it would have to be the inside edge. Let's see. Not looking for the ball to swing. You can see him holding the ball cross seam there. That seemed to miss the bat to me. Didn't seem to be any bat involved. Carried through nicely to the wicket keeper, so no problems there, but I didn't see ball on bat. Back leg, you would think.
Yeah, I think that's my call, Mikey. I think that gives us a nice little shot as well. Batting pants just flying out a little bit at the last minute. What does Ultra Edge showed us? Yeah, that's confirmation. That's all we need to see. And there's the heartbeat as it hits the back thigh. So that was the end of the over. 50 overs gone now. 173 for 9 it is. So the focus on Dewan Olivier. Can he get another fifer? Cries of catch it, but in a vacant area. Come back for the second.
That's his wicket. That's his first one. That's the one we talk about. He dropped the hands. That was your poor one, Mr. Mike. When you're talking about the 3 wickets that he deserved.
Two here. Might even think about the third with 18-year-old legs. Nope. Decide to settle just for the 2.
I think Amir is saying, I will do the scoring. I'll take most of the bowling. You just hang on if you get an opportunity to face any balls. A long time at the crease. Over an hour and a half now, Mohammed Amir.
He's on 22 of 44 balls that he faced. He's still there, not out.
He fancied that last one too. It's a big vacant area in the covers.
So you can see Olifier's area pitch of every single delivery. You see those 4 wides. Those are the wickets that he took. A couple of them, 3 of them were short. So one that's very nice on that good length. 76% of them pitch shorter.
And that Mackay is almost exactly what he was in the first innings at Supersport Park. I think it was like 75%, and then as the test match went on, it went to more like 83% of deliveries, all his deliveries short.
You're talking about the accuracy of where his delivery landing. For his pace, he can be able to afford that because he bowls up and above 146 kilometers an hour.
Pitched up that time to finish the over, so the enforcer, as Faf calls him, has finished another one, 177 for 9.
Giving him a very long spell. I think Faf is trying desperately to get him that other wicket for 5. That was 9 overs on the trot. Looking just a tad weary. Will he manage to tuck his shirt in? No. I haven't got enough energy for that. I'll just do a bit. Everyone on this ground keeps on watching that screen on the ground, when wondering when it's my time to be on screen.
That's off the glove, and that's the final one. So Dalstein has picked up the last one. He's now picked up 3. This has been an amazing performance from South Africa after winning the toss, stacking the side with 4 quicks. You had to do the business, and they have.
Shine Afridi walked. He knew the ball had hit the glove and he just walked. He didn't wait on the umpire to give him out. You don't see that happening too often in the modern game. But well bowled South Africa. Won the toss, inserted the opposition and bowled them out for 177. Could not ask for anything better than that.
Yep, very impressive. That's for sure. Really impressive stuff from South Africa. Pakistan, we know, have certainly had their batting problems. There's some elation from Steyn. Real problems in the second innings. And the collapse to Supersport Park. Rolling move for less than 180. 4 wickets for Duan Olafere, 3 for Dale Steyn. Hunting in a pack. They really have done a very good job. The coaches, and in particular the head coach, who likes to play 4 quicks whenever he can, will be very pleased with the work that these guys have done.
They'll of course be hoping now that the batsmen will give them a fair amount of rest. Go inside, take those heavy boots off. Not too sure they're that heavy these days anyway, and just relax.
Do you think they still use the ice bath? It should be a perfect time now. Have a coffee, get yourself into that bucket of ice. It's not even a bucket, a bath.
I'm happy that came after my career ended. Makaya, I would never go into an ice bath.
We've been through that. We know it.
The we meaning you guys, your team, not me.
Good to see the captain get some runs, by the way. 56 for Sarfraz under so much pressure. Shah Masood 70 in Supersport Park, 44 this time around. So they're the 2 guys that led the charge for Pakistan. But 177 rolled over is certainly not many.
Not enough of those big blocks of red, those partnerships. You have got to get partnerships together to get a good score on the board.
Look at South Africa bowlers. Delsteyn, 15 overs, 3 maidens, 3 for 48. Look at that Philander, 11 3 maidens and 36 runs for 1 wicket. Rabada, 10. He was lean as well, didn't bowl much. 2 maidens, 35 runs and picked up 2 wickets. the one and only Olivier picked up 4 wickets for 48. Now he's on 15, just 1.5.
Right, so we've got tea here now on day one of this second test match of 3. It's a really important one after South Africa won the first one. Pakistan have got to play really well on this one. They haven't had good start, and we're going to take a break now. When we come back, we're going to join Poppy and Bungwa. There he is, just in front of the roller. Sean Pollock's telling him all about things. We're going to join Poppy and Bungwa and Sean Pollock after the break to find out more about the track and also to go through what is going to happen with 38 overs to come in the day's play.